And I use their photographs, reference points, to see how much of the actual toenail shows on these dogs, and this is about right. These dogs are bred for hunting lions out in Africa, and therefore their toes are going to be more like cheetah toes, where they act as cleats to get traction on the ground. Okay, that's about right. That kind of works. As far as the Duke claw, it's kind of hard to create the actual toe with this because of my angle. Well, maybe I could. Well, just a little indentation there. I'll go back with a different tool later and redefine it. That's not bad. It kind of works there. Now back to this here. Okay, let's take a look. Let me back up here. Now, I'm looking at these paws. I still don't like the way they look. They do not look symmetrical. One second. Looks like we lost some viewers. Anyhow, this one seems a little more defined, more angled. This one's more like a rounded piece. So for that, let me just kind of see where we stand here. Much higher up. The actual tips of the toes there. So for that, I'm going to create knuckles. I'm just doing clay with no balls, trying to soften them up. Too. Smaller toe also appears to have a little knuckle there. Let's take a different toe this time around. Let's try this one. Blend everything together here. Use your fingers also. Now, a lot of people that are not into sculpting art, they'll probably just find this boring as hell. And they want the lazy man's version of it, where they basically in high speed. It's time consuming, especially when you're working with hard clays. If it was a water-based clay or a softer clay, you would be able to sculpt a piece much quicker. However, when it comes to applying detail, well, that's one of the drawbacks. You're limited there. The softer clays do not take the detail well compared to the harder clays. And also, since I'm hands-on my pieces here, I like to lift them, move them around. If the clay was soft, it would constantly be damaging my work and I would have to redo it. Though I am working on a piece over there. It's going to be a lab with a bust about so big. It's for an urn I'm creating for a client in New York. And the clay there is it's a softer clay. But for that piece, it's just a bus. I won't be lifting it or anything. I'll keep it stationary on a Lazy Susan and just rotate the Lazy Susan there and just work around it. For this piece here, I have undercuts and everything. I need to work under the valley and everything. So I do need to move it around. Don't be afraid to make changes in your pieces. If it's not right, it's not right. Just, I don't want to say destroy it, but just tackle it and make the change. I used to freelance for a dog sculpting company, and whenever I would take the piece in, the owner would make a comment like, well, I quite don't like the head and the way it's connected to the body. So I would just take the piece that decapitated, and she would just freak out. No, 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 don't do that, don't do that. That's better. So it's still listening to bulky compared over here. It's a little facing the same way. This toe needs to be a little thicker, so we're going to add a little more clay to it. And it's always a good thing to get a third party in here and have them critique your piece, because I spend hours in front of these pieces here. What may look right to me is actually incorrect, so you need somebody's opinion. And when they give you their opinion, take it for what it's worth and think about it, and chances are they're correct. Just follow suit and make the corrections. I have my wife and kids, my biggest critics. They'll tell me up front, the piece looks awesome or the piece sucks. And it's usually when they have nothing to say, it tells me, okay, the piece might be okay. And every once in a while they'll tell me, that piece looks awesome. My middle son, Sean, he used to get me upset years ago where I would ask him for his opinion, and he was a little too honest with me. And if he saw a piece he didn't like, he would say, Dad, that sucks. I said, what? He goes, yeah, it sucks. Redo it. I used to get upset. I said, what are you saying? Can you find a better way of saying it? But I guess he was just being honest. I finally got used to it. I was sculpting a lion once, and we would critique it along the way and make comments like, it needs work, it's not that good, rework it, there's something wrong. And finally when he saw it when I was finished, he said, was it Medusa? And I said, what the hell does that mean, you know? My wife said, that means it's good. It was, I'm probably mispronouncing it, that lion from Lion King. So at that point it told me, okay, in his own way, it's finished, it's ready.